cult members, and welcome to Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
I waited for our phones to stop making noises. And welcome to our new series called Now We Know, where we go back and look at old trailers to see what info they gave us, any spoilers, anything like that, how they hold up.
Yep.
And we are currently doing Phase 2 of the MCU. Two. And now we're doing Thor, The Dark World. This is, with the Iron Mans, we had Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, and then with the Thor movies, they didn't do that.
Right.
And this was kind of the start of that, was Thor, and then Thor, The Dark World, and Thor, Ragnarok, and Thor, Love and Thunder, and then we're going to get Guardians of the Galaxy, hopefully, and but this is the one that is universally
hated.
I wasn't gonna say hated, disliked the most, but has one of the biggest impacts when we get to Endgame.
Yeah. Yep.
And
because almost everything with Thor and Rocket has to do with
what happens
here.
And this, I said this mistakenly before. This is when we get Christopher Eccleston,
right?
The Ninth Doctor, who is my first Doctor. This is when we get him as the Dark Elf, as the big bad.
This was also directed by Kenneth Branagh.
And I we'll get into the trailer, but I've gone back and watched this one since Endgame, and I've actually found that I like it a lot more. And we could talk about why that is when we get back down to that point.
Okay, sure.
Here we go. Here's our Now We Know trailer reaction to Thor, The Dark World, and go. The accompanying feature is appropriate for some of us.
Dun, dun.
Ominous.
After all this time, now you come to visit me, brother. Why? To mock.
I need your help. But I wish I could trust you.
If you did, you'd be the fool I always
Thor's
took
learning
you
at this
for.
point. Why does Loki get his own cell?
Some believe
Well,
that before
you
the
met him?
universe, there was nothing. They're wrong. There was darkness, and it has survived.
That's not good.
I gave you my
Place your
word.
divots.
I would return for you.
See ya.
We face an enemy known only to a few.
Known only to one.
You must be truly desperate to come to me for help.
If we do nothing,
Yeah.
Yes.
they will destroy us.
You even think about betraying him.
I'll kill you. That was from New York.
I like her.
My November release. Wow, was it?
Your bravery will not ease your pain. Your family, your world will be extinguished.
Park that anywhere.
Right.
The very fabric of reality will be torn apart.
I'll find a way to save us all.
Wait, it goes around corners? Thor, The Dark World.
All yours.
Korg? Korg!
Anyone else?
It's a Korg.
This is Korg. He's a Korgian?
Huh. I never realized that.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
either. That's like a throwaway joke at the beginning of the movie. But yeah, that's totally a Korgian, a member of Korg's
Tribe.
race, whatever. So, It's interesting.
Yeah.
This one, much like Iron Man 3, the trailer itself is very ominous and very like
Yeah.
world is coming to an end.
Yeah.
kind of
Well,
feel
I mean,
to it.
I think this movie is.
Yeah,
To
this
me,
one
it's
is
it's a pretty dark. Just the tones, everything's very blacks and grays, and
the pop of red with the ether.
yeah,
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 yeah.
yep. So, not like Iron Man 3, and then in that, I think all of this was in the movie.
Yeah, I remember pretty much all of this. There wasn't one scene in there where it popped up where I was like, oh, that wasn't in there. But
Yeah,
just-
I couldn't remember if her slapping Loki was in the movie. Was it? I didn't remember that, but yeah,
that's
everything
part
else.
of the whole. She slaps him, and then then all of Thor's friends start doing the "if you betray him, we'll kill you." And
Okay.
that's the start of that
yeah.
whole sequence
Yep.
and stuff. A little bit of misdirection on kind of what is really going on in this story. This is the ether is it's one of the Infinity Stones,
Right.
But I won't say we don't know that, but we do know that. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, at this point in time, we know Thanos is out there. He's looking for the stones, and so we know that this is the setup for that particular for the ether for that particular stone for the what is that stone? Power. I can't remember off the top of my head. Time. Can't remember what the red one is. I'm sure somebody will tell us in the comments. Please be nice. We're doing a bunch of these in a row, so I don't remember. I can't keep everything straight.
Yeah.
But the story of the Dark Elves being a defeated race by Odin, and then coming back as revenge. It's kind of a cool story when you come back and you think about it. Maybe it wasn't executed as well as I think everybody was hoping it would be, but it was kind of a cool like revenge story, which is hinted at even more in Ragnarok when Hela comes back.
Yes.
About how that Odin and Hela kind of went and conquered the seven realms.
Right. They were not necessarily nice people
Right.
that we had assumed that Odin was.
Right, exactly. And a lot of people complain about Natalie Portman in this movie that she phoned it in. I never felt like that in this movie. I felt it more in the Star Wars movies, but I never really felt it in this one. She's not in it a lot, and the stuff that she's in, I do have an emotional connection to.
Mm-hmm.
So the criticism that because this was the one that Patty Jenkins was supposed to do.
Oh.
And Patty Jenkins came out actually just within the last week and said the reason I didn't do this one was because she understood that she was one of the first, if not the first, female director within the MCU, and she knew that this script was not as good as what some or other stuff was, and so she walked away from it understanding the impact if she failed.
Yes.
If this movie failed,
Yes.
quote unquote,
Yes.
fingers.
Good for her.
And so it was a huge risk, a huge step, but she's smart enough to know that she took. And now Wonder Woman is like the perfect choice for her, her
Right.
filings and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. And this wouldn't have been that at all because, like you said, Natalie Portman is not in this movie a lot. And
She was supposed to be. She was supposed to be much more the focal point. And when Patty walked away, Natalie kind of threw a fit. And
Right.
and good for this is going to sound really odd, but good for Natalie Portman too for defending the person that she wanted as the director. Like I don't have a lot of people have complained about that. And I just didn't. She could have put on a better performance. Obviously, if you watch her in like Black Swan or Annihilation or something else like that, she is a great actress, and this is not her best effort. But I don't have a problem with her in this movie.
yeah,
That's we're doing a review of the movie and not just the trailer.
I liked her performance less after I kind of heard some of the drama.
So you're affected by the
Yeah,
the
so I
thoughts.
was affected by that,
I
and
think that happens too.
Yeah.
But for the trailer itself, it's like a bunch of it looks really good. There's just the one shot when the dark elf ship is landing. I think it's Oxnard where it's coming in.
Cambridge, Oxnard,
something
one
like
of that, yeah.
But when the smoke and the water shot, it's really hard to do and make it look right, especially for a trailer where you're still 3 or 4 months out from it to being done and stuff like so.
Yep.
But everything else looks like all the spaceships in Asgard and all that stuff looks really good.
Yep.
And Mjolnir going around corners and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And but
Mirror.
but we're going to continue on with these. Let us know while we're in quarantine. We're not quite in quarantine, but we're pretty much as locked down as we can get right now. So we're going to continue on with this series. Let us know what you thought. Like this video, leave us a comment, be nice, that is a requirement. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and follow us on all the social media stuff, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All those links are in the description down below. And until next time, if we don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.